Hello guys, this is Yandtech. So in this video, we are going to be looking at how to install CentOS 7 on Oracle VirtualBox. So the first thing we are going to look at is how to download CentOS 7 Linux. You know, we have different distributions of Linux. We have the CentOS, we have the Red Hat Enterprise Linux, we have the SUSE, we have the Debian, the Kali Linux, and all the like. So in this video, we are going to be looking at the installation of CentOS 7. So before looking at the installation, first of all, need to know where to download the CentOS 7 operating system. And we can get the CentOS 7 operating system from the CentOS website. So the CentOS website link is going to be attached on the description. So if I go to my browser, and I open a new tab and I search for centos.org. There we go. So this is the CentOS website. Once you click on the CentOS website, it will bring you to this page. You click on CentOS Linux. We are going to have the CentOS Linux 7. Under the architectures, you click on x86-64. That is a 64-bit. You have now the different ISO images that are available. So in this lab, I'm going to click on the second. I'm going to use the second, so you can pick any of your choice. So I'm going to click on the second. Once you click on the second, it's going to take you now to the index of CentOS 7. And we are going to download the ISO image for CentOS 7. And this is the ISO image. So once you click on the ISO image, it is going to start the download. But I already have CentOS 7 on my system. So if I go to my operating system folders, you'll see I have the CentOS 7. So you don't have the CentOS 7 on your system, you proceed and you download the CentOS 7. So once you have downloaded the CentOS 7, we can now begin with the installation of CentOS 7 on our Oracle VirtualBox. Oracle VirtualBox is just one of the types of virtualization. We have the Oracle VirtualBox, we have the VMware workstation, we have the Hyper-V hypervisor. So we are going to be making use of Oracle VirtualBox for this video. So let's proceed in creating our virtual machine, in creating our CentOS 7 virtual machine. So to create a CentOS 7 virtual machine on Oracle VirtualBox, you click on Tools and you go to New. You click on New, and I'm going to define the name as CentOS 7. Under the ISO image, you click on the drop arrow and you click on Others. It will take you to your library. Once you take you to your library, it depends. If you have downloaded the CentOS 7, it's going to be on the download folder. At times when you download, you can create a subfolder like I did. So I created a folder where all my operating systems are in. So if I click on operating systems, I'm going to see the CentOS 7. So you click on CentOS 7 and you click on open. So once you do that, this is my CentOS 7. It has been attached. Then I'm going to click on skip on attended installation. Then you click on next. We are now going to define the base memory, and that is the RAM. We are going to define the processor. So 2048 is approximately 2 gig. So I'm going to give 4 gig for this project. So 4 gig is approximately 40. 2 gig is 2048. So 4 gig, I will just move a little bit with the mouse. Or we can do a little bit of calculation, right? 4 gig is 2048. 4 gig, I will just move a little bit with the mouse. Or we can do a little bit of calculation, right? 4 gig is 2048. 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 If 1 gig is equals to 2048, then if we are to define, sorry, if 2 gig or 1, then if we are to define 4, if we are to define 4 gig, so it is going to be 2048 plus 2048, right? So that is 2048 times 2. Let me do a quick calculation. So 4 gig is going to give us 4096. All right. So I'll come back to my system and I'm going to define it as 4096. So that is 4 gig we are defining for our system. So the processor, we are going to put it as 2. So I'm going to increase from 1 to 2. Then I'll click on next. Now we are going to define the virtual hard disks. So for this installation, we are going to change from 20 gig and we are going to allocate 40 gig for this installation. So we have 40 gig. Once you do that, you go ahead and you click on next. This is a summary. You click on finish. Now, once you click on next, you click on finish. Now we have created our CentOS 7 virtual machine. But before starting the installation, there are some things we are supposed to do, like defining the network. Is it going to be NAT? Is it going to be bridge? And then we check if the storage, if the ISO image of our CentOS 7 has been attached. So this is my virtual machine. You go ahead and you click on settings. Once you click on settings, this is the name from the general. We have the name that you can edit. We have the type, it is Linux. We have the system, just to show you what we have been doing so far. We have the system where we define the base memory as 4 gig. We have the processor where we define as 2 gig. Then click on storage. We have the ISO image that has been attached. And then we have the center, that is our jigs, and we allocated 40 gig, right? So the last thing we are going to look at is the network. And by default, it is a NAT. NAT stands for network address translation. But we are going to click on the drop arrow and we are going to select bridge. So this bridge is going to link us to our network. And once you select bridge under the name, you click on the drop arrow and you select how you are connected, how your system is connected to the network. Is your system connected wirelessly or is it connected wired using the Ethernet cable? For my system, I'm connected using the Ethernet cable, so it is wired. So I'm going to select the first, that is Ethernet connection. But in your case, if you're connected wirelessly, you go ahead and you select wireless. All right, so I'm going to select Ethernet and I'll click on OK. So once you do that, you can proceed with the installation. So I'm going to click on Start. It will take some few seconds. All right, there we go. So I can go ahead and I click on this X here just to cancel the capture. Now, welcome to CentOS 7. So we have CentOS 7. We have install CentOS 7, we have test this media and install CentOS 7, we have troubleshooting. So I'm going to click inside the CentOS 7 in order to capture my mouse. Once you do that, we are going to now make use of the arrow key, the arrow up and the arrow down. So to move up, you use the arrow up. To move down, you use the arrow down. So I'm going to move up to install CentOS 7. So I'm going to move up. Once it is giving you the white, so you have selected install CentOS 7, you go ahead and you click on enter. So give it a few seconds to load the processes. So from here, you can go ahead and you just take escape in order to abort that part of it. All right, give it some few seconds to start the installer. There we go. Welcome to CentOS 7. So we are going to select our language, English, English United States. You click on continue. Once you click on continue, it's going to take you to the installation summary. So in the installation summary, we are going to define, most importantly, the installation source, which is going to be local media. Then we are going to select the software. And we have, when it comes to the installation of CentOS, it depends if we are doing the installation at the side of command line interface, or if we are doing the installation at the side of graphical user interface, that is the GUI. So for this lab, we are going to do the installation towards the side of graphical user interface. So we have the localization, the date and the time. I'll leave it as it is. The language support, it is English. The keyboard, it is English. Then the software installation source, I'm going to leave it as local media. All right, I'm going to leave it as local media. Then the software selection, we are going to change from the minimal installation. Minimal installation is just the basic functionality that comes with graphical user interface. So I'm going to, that comes with command line interface, sorry. So we are going to make use of the installation using the graphical user interface. So I'm going to select server with graphical user interface, this one. Then I'll go ahead and I'll click on done. Once you click on done, give it a few minutes to check the software dependencies. Once everything is fine, then we can proceed to the system by defining the installation destination, which is by selecting the disks, the virtual hard disks for the installation. Remember, we get 40 gig for the virtual hard disks. So we are going to use it for the installation. So once the software has been defined, then you click on installation destination. There are two ways you can do it. The first is by using a space bar on your keyboard. So if I click or if I press the space bar on my keyboard, it is going to automatically select the virtual hard disk. So you see it has automatic partitioning selected. So our virtual hard disk has been selected. The second method we can, if I click on installation destination, it has been selected. So at first you can click on this using your mouse and you click again the second time. Once you see the tick, it has been selected, then you proceed and you click on done. There we go. Then the last thing we are going to do in this page is to define the network and the host name. So I'm going to click on network host name. It is turned off, and that is the Ethernet. We have the name of the NIC, that is the network interface. So it is defined as ENP0S3. So I'm going to turn this on. For now, it is off. So I'm going to turn it on. And once you turn it on, it is going to give you your IPv4 address. The IPv6 address is going to define your subnet and is going to define your gateway. So all these things are coming from my home router. So you proceed and you click on done. Once you click on done, then we are going to begin with the installation. So you proceed and you click on begin installation. So once you click on begin installation, we have two more things to do. We have the root password, that is a super user. We are going to set password to the super user, which is always the root. And then we have the user creation. But for this video, we are not going to create a user. We are just going to define the root password. So I'm going to click on root password. Then I'm going to define my root password. So I'm going to confirm. So I'm going to define my password as then I'm going to confirm my password. There we go. Once you define your password and you confirm, you go ahead and you click on done. All right, so once you click on done, you just need to sit and wait for the packages to be installed. As of now, I have 1,301 packages to be installed. So we just sit for some few minutes and wait for the packages to install. Once the packages are all installed, then it's going to take us to the next phase. There we go. Once all the packages have been installed, then you will see Centos is now successfully installed and ready for continuation. So you go ahead and you click on reboot. This is reboot. Sorry, you cannot see everything. This is reboot. So go ahead and you click on the reboot. So the system is going to be rebooted. Then it will take us to the next interface. All right, there we go. All right. So it's going to bring us to the license information where we just have to accept the license. So you click on the license information and you accept the license by checking the box. Once you do that, you go ahead and you click on done. The network host name connected already. User creation for this part, we're not going to create a user, but in the upcoming videos, we are going to see how to create users in Linux. So once you accept the license, you go ahead and you click on finish configuration. All right, welcome to the home screen. So this is CentOS 7. So we are going to leave the language as English. So I'll click on next. The typing, I'll leave it as English keyboard. For the privacy, we'll leave the location as on. Then you click on next. I'm going to deny the access and I'm going to click on next and I'm going to skip connect online account. I don't want to connect any account to this system. So I'm going to click on skip. Then they're going to ask us to put your full name and your username. So in this case, I'm just going to put my full name as Yandtech, same thing with my username. Then I'll click on next. Once you click on next, it will ask you for password. Then I'm going to define my password. All right, there we go. Then I'll click on next and you are ready to go. So start using CentOS Linux. So it's going to load to the home screen, but we have one more page to cancel. That is the getting started. All right, so getting started, I'm just going to cancel this. All right, click on the X and there we go. So this is CentOS 7. So far, we have successfully downloaded CentOS 7. We created a virtual machine using Oracle VirtualBox. Then we did the installation. So we have successfully installed CentOS 7 virtual machine on our Oracle VirtualBox. So this is it. You can right click. You can right click and you go to open terminals where you need to start typing your commands and the rest. Okay, so these are just basic commands that we are going to see in the next upcoming videos. So this will take us to the end of this video. Please like, subscribe, click on the notification bell for more upcoming videos. Thank you and stay blessed.